China's a really interesting one. Back in middle of last year, they started to move their short-term interest rates to try and make the economy tick up. That didn't have the desired effect, so they went down a path of changing reserve requirement ratios through the banking system to get credit going again. And that didn't really have a big effect either. So in January, through the total social financing mechanism, they injected a lot of liquidity to try and pick up the economy. So that is having an impact now. And of course, the things we watch for around PMI. So the recent PMI print was positive. And again, the market took a lot of comfort off that. We need to see a continuation of this trend. So PMIs are the things we're looking at. And also just the financial conditions in China around the short-term money markets, and making sure that the money is being used through the banking system into the broader economy. We'll look at the M2 to M1 ratio, which is around the money supply. We're just making sure that there's a transmission mechanism in place and that follows through. And if that happens, we should get better growth in Q2, Q3 and Q4 in China. The old economy is around your traditional resources, so we've been playing those thematics for a while now. We've had a bit of luck as well with the Vale incident, obviously a horrific incident, but the flow-on effect has been a higher iron ore price. But recent feedback from people on the ground is that iron ore, or the steel industry, is picking itself up again. Everyone every year forecasts negative growth in China, but every year it comes back positive, and I think this year will happen again. A lot of people are saying down 2-3%, but I think it'll be up 2-3%. So I think the old economy is going okay. The new economy, for Australia, it's a bit harder to get exposure there. So when we look at it, we're looking for companies like Treasury Wine Estates and A2 Milk. We own Treasury Wine. So as the economy develops, obviously the consumption becomes a bigger part of the economy. So that transition will happen for China over the next decade or 2 decades. So that thematic is very strong and will continue. So that's a trend you can play for a while. But within Australia, it's really hard to get really good exposure through equities. But those names probably are the best ways to get them for us.